today we are talking about allium vegetables as medicine. Allium vegetables, in the picture you can guess what they include. See, you have spring onion, you have garlic, you have chives, you have leeks. All these are in the allium family. Okay, so chives, garlic, scallion. Scallion is spring onion. Same. Shallots are the smaller onion that they like to use for rempah. Leeks, onions. Okay, and they also have the green onions, not the spring one, but the bigger one that they sell that you can cook. Yeah. Okay, so this family of foods have been used as a natural remedy for treating many maladies throughout history. Okay, and there has been a lot of research for many years where scientists have investigated both the onion and garlic as cancer preventers, as immunity boosters, as antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. Okay, so you can see why they are considered as medicine. As Hippocrates says, let your food be your medicine and your medicine your food. Okay, epidemiological studies, what does that mean? Epidemiology is the study of populations, disease, incidence, and mortality, morbidity rates, okay, among populations. So they found that those who eat a lot of garlic, onions, chives, they have a lower risk of developing cancer of the GI tract, such as your stomach cancer and colon cancer. Okay, onions are loaded with lots of phytochemicals like flavonoids, like antioxidants, like quercetin, like sulforaphane, and many others that are so important to health. And thank God that these foods are available everywhere in the world. Okay, although at one time they were very expensive, isn't it? Onion eaters have been studied in different countries. In the Netherlands cohort study, okay, they found that those who entered this study in the next 3.3 years, 139 were diagnosed with stomach cancer. Okay, and the rate of stomach cancer among the onion eaters in that group, and that means like half an onion or more a day, was half of that compared to those who ate no onions. So in other words, if you eat half an onion a day, you can cut your rate of cancer from stomach and colon by half. Okay, so there is this group of phytochemicals called organosulfides that is considered what protects against the cancer. And you know this when you cry when you cut onions. It has a very strong smell and taste. And the stronger the smell, the stronger the taste, the greater the protection, because the greater the amount of organosulfides. And that's why when you buy onion, you know you have white onions, you have yellow onions, you have red onions. The darker the color, the better. So red onions would be better. Okay? But I mean, the others are good too to use for different purposes, right? Like the white ones are sweeter. There's this phytochemical called quercetin in onions. It's a very strong antioxidant. Okay, and it thins our blood, just like heparin does, and so that helps to reduce blood clotting. For those who have, heart disease, there is always the fear that the blood clot will lodge in the arteries and block the passage of blood flow, and then you can have heart attack. Okay,
but
so
if the person is really on blood thinners,
yes.
Does it make it dangerous to take onions?
That's a good question. Okay, I would advise that they talk to their doctor to cut down on their heparin or the blood thinners, and so that they don't have the side effects that come with those kind of medications, but use the natural form of blood thinners. And if you are going to go for surgery, yes, at least 1 week before your surgery, they will say don't eat garlic, don't eat onions, because they will thin the blood. And now when you have surgery, there's going to be cutting, there's going to be blood flow. You don't want your blood to keep bleeding and doesn't clot, right? So there are times when clotting is necessary. So this phytochemical also lowers cholesterol, it lowers inflammation. So no wonder it lowers cardiovascular disease in so many ways, on so many fronts, right? Lowering the cholesterol, lowering inflammation, lowering blood clotting. Okay, so these are some suggestions of what you can do. 1 tablespoon of cooked onions can lower blood clotting, reducing stroke risk. Half a cup of onions, whether raw or cooked, will clean the blood and boost cancer prevention. 2 ounces onion juice per day lower blood pressure. Onion broth is mucolytic. That means that it can break up your mucus. When you have a lot of phlegm, thick phlegm, okay, you can both take onion broth as well as put onion poultice on your chest over the lung area to break up the mucus so that it's easier to expel it. Okay, onion poultice release lung congestion very nicely. And then you can cover the poultice with a heating pad. You can roast onion for earache to put up after you cool it slightly. Also good for sore throat. So all these are better ways to treat common home ailments than using medicine that have harmful side effects. Onions are also good for people with asthma. It inhibits the production of compounds that cause the bronchioles to go into spasm. Okay, it relaxes the bronchial muscle. And you can place a bowl of sliced or chopped onion by your bed at night when you go to bed, and then breathe in to open up and purify the sinuses if you have sinus congestion. If you have bladder infection, you can take the juice of 3 onions, 3 radishes, 5 lemons, and mix them, and then just take 1 teaspoon 5 times a day. All this you will get, so there's no need to. Onions are also good for diabetics because they lower blood sugar. All right, and if you look at this, you may not have to understand all the mechanisms or methods by which the onions help to protect against obesity, against high blood pressure, against too much LDL or cholesterol, and against diabetes. There are many ways by which they lower the risk for these problems because of their antioxidant effect, because of their effect on the cholesterol synthesis in the body, because they have nitric oxide that's formed that actually lowers blood pressure and dilates the blood vessel so that your blood pressure goes down. Okay, this is another chart that tells you the onions are have anti-obesity activity, anti-diabetic activity, anti-cancer activity, cardiovascular protection, neuroprotection, the nerves. Hepatorenal protection means, hepato means liver, renal means kidneys, protect kidneys and liver, protect the respiratory system, protect the digestive system, protect the reproductive system, boost the immunity, it's antioxidant, it's antimicrobial, it's anti-inflammatory. Wow, isn't that wonderful? All in one. No, in medicine they give you different drugs for each activity, and then sometimes they give you another drug to counteract the side effect of another drug that you are given. So all this, all good, no harm. Okay, so we talk about onions. Now we come to garlic. As I said earlier to somebody, whenever we have colds or flu or infection, garlic is our go-to medicine. We will chop it up, mince it up, spread nut butter on the bread and put the minced garlic all over and eat it, because it's much easier. If you eat it direct, it feels very hot, very strong. You can just sprinkle over your rice, sprinkle with whatever, your salad, it's so much easier to eat it that way. And did you know in Europe during World War II, They actually use garlic for the soldiers, and they call it the Russian penicillin. Okay, and then this one is an animal study with rats, where they found that those rats that took garlic extract actually got less tumors when they are exposed to the cancer-causing substances, carcinogens. But garlic can also prevent cancer in humans. There was a case in China where somebody had a cancer and was given up for cure, but this person kept taking garlic, and though the tumor remained that size, some did shrink, but even when it remained solidified, it seems there was no more cancer activities, dead cells that accumulated.
Must it be raw garlic?
Raw has more potent fight against viruses. Okay, cooked garlic, if you want it to be more effective, steam it slightly. But even cooked garlic can have protective effects for other purposes. But especially when you want to fight viruses, go for it raw. Okay. Then you have diallyl sulfide in garlic, which raises super antioxidant glutathione, and it detoxifies carcinogens. So even though you may have the beginning of cancer in you, you can still reverse it, especially in the early stage. Okay? It has antiviral properties, can even fight herpes simplex, and also HIV and cytomegalovirus. Okay, so garlic fights cancer, but you know what else it can do? It can lower cholesterol. As early as 1975, studies showed that there is a dramatic reduction of cholesterol and of atherosclerotic plaque in rabbits, okay, that took garlic oil. Meta-analysis, by this we mean that many studies put together, okay, and summarized. And the most carefully controlled human studies, which are of course of more value than animal studies, came to the conclusion that garlic in as small an amount as half to 1 clove per day decreased total serum cholesterol by about 9%. That's not much to eat. We can eat more than that even. Okay? Then so the higher your blood cholesterol to begin with, the greater will be the drop. Okay? It can drop like from 200 to 182 with just half to 1 clove of garlic per day. So the higher the initial cholesterol, the greater the drop. Yes, yes.
Clove is one.
Small. If it's a cluster, that's called a bulb, B-U-L-B. But the single individual one is called cloves. Sorry. Yeah. So the average drop in serum cholesterol or blood cholesterol was 24%. And there is also reduction in triglycerides. So it's very good for heart disease also. That's why they sell garlic extract, right, in a supplement or that. But the best way is still the raw and the fresh garlic. And worse yet, if you happen to buy garlic extract that says no smell or something like that, that is not worth buying. Yes, it's useless because it's the smell that has the phytochemical, okay? So it can even increase HDL. So if you're a heart disease patient, garlic is your medicine. It raises the good thing and lowers all the bad thing, the total cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol, the triglyceride. Triglycerides are blood fats, yeah. And it reduces blood clot formation also. So it can prevent heart disease in all these ways, plus even lowering blood pressure, which are all risk factors for heart disease. Okay, can lower blood pressure by 12% and blood clot formation. Okay, blood clot is a concern when it lodges in the arteries and block the passageway of blood. It can form embolism, and if it pushes it to other smaller arteries, it can also cause the cells that need the blood that don't get it to die, you see. So what else are garlic good for? It's an anticoagulant. That's why I said a week before surgery, then you avoid eating garlic. Okay. It also protects the inner lining of your blood vessel from oxidized LDL injury. Garlic is also good as in being an antioxidant. So nitric oxide is a chemical that helps to restore the inner lining of the blood vessel of the arteries, okay, and also enlarge it, and also therefore lower blood pressure, okay, make the blood vessels more elastic so it doesn't get hard and break or crack easily, okay, so that's good for protecting against heart disease. It also inhibits inflammatory prostaglandins, and it's of course has nutritional value. It spikes up the taste and flavor of food. It has trace minerals like selenium, chromium, right, potassium, etc. So many. You'll be surprised, right? Humble garlic has all this good stuff in it. So the sulfur compounds, the allicin, these are medicinal components in garlic. And allicin is known as the most active ingredient in garlic. So to get the most of this is formed when you chop up the onions and let it sit for a while. It will form the allicin. Okay, so it's good to prepare your garlic first before you cook. And allicin is antimicrobial, that means it can fight against germs and microbes and inhibit their growth, like gram-positive, gram-negative bacteria. Okay, it inhibits an enzyme vital to cholesterol production, so you don't have too much cholesterol being made. And arginine is another phytochemical that reduces platelet stickiness or clotting. So the odor of the garlic is due to the breakdown of allium into allicin. Okay. So do not buy garlic supplements that boast of no odor, because the odor is what is responsible for the medicinal properties. So we know that both garlic and onion can thin the blood or retard blood clotting, lower blood sugar, kill bacteria, relieve bronchial congestion, block cancer, fight colds, lower blood pressure, okay, raises the immunological function, that means helps your immunity to be stronger, is a heart tonic, is diuretic, meaning help you to pass urine, that helps with the blood pressure regulation, purifies the blood, is an expectorant. What does that mean? It makes you secrete mucus. It breaks down the mucus, it's mucolytic, and after that it also helps in the process of getting rid of it. It relieves coughs, yes, and it even aids insomnia. So isn't it such a wonderful medicine? I feel sorry for those who are Buddhists or who do not eat garlic and onion. They miss out on a lot of beneficial properties that are found in these foods. Of course, the chives, the leeks, and all the other things are good. I know during Chinese New Year, leek is a traditional must, right? Yeah. Any questions?
Just now you say how to reduce the garlic. It's too hot. How to steam it first, is it?
Yeah, you can steam it or you can eat it with other food, so it doesn't feel so strong. Yeah, like make a garlic bread, garlic sandwich. Actually, the original garlic bread is just raw garlic between two slices of bread. This is it is truly. You can toast it. Toast the bread. But like if it's infection, viral infection, we rather eat the garlic raw. Okay. if you want to lower cholesterol or for other purposes, you can eat it cooked. So, yeah, we can eat it both ways. Yep. Garlic is antifungal too, yes.
Sorry, you continue.
Because I ever had this person with a lot of ringworm on his body, all over his back. So I took paper towel, I minced the garlic and press it, so the juice comes out a bit. Put it between the paper towel, I put it on his back all over. And then I'm supposed to leave it for the 10 to 15 minutes. Well, I left it and forgot. So that in the end, when I took it out, he looked like he was sunburned. But no ringworm, no more ringworm, totally all gone. Ringworm, it has elevated, round kind of looking, it's a fungus.
Mm-hmm.
So garlic is very good antifungal, good for athletes' food also.
How about eczema?
Eczema, their skin is dry already. So eczema has a lot to do with dairy product intake. Yeah. Of course, you need to be well hydrated. Oh, by the way, when we talk about all these coughs and getting rid of lung congestion, all that, of course, you still need to be very well hydrated. Drinking water is so important. As we get older, somehow our taste sensation is less felt. And so we don't feel thirsty doesn't mean we don't need to drink. We just have to ensure we drink. If we are not the type that are consciously drinking enough, I suggest using a water bottle that is measured as 1 liter, 2 liter or whatever, and make sure you drink it all up by the end of the day. Okay. But we recommend you drink not at meal time, as people that normally do. We drink up to half an hour before a meal, and we drink about 1 hour after or 1.5 hours after a meal. Okay, between meals. Any other? You were going to ask the question?
Just now you mentioned bladder infection, right? Is it the urine infection you're referring to?
Bladder, the urinary bladder, yes. It's the urinary bladder, not the gallbladder. Right.
UTI lah.
Yeah.
UTI.
Because usually you will hear that they promote the use of the, what is that, red? Cranberry juice. Yeah. But prevention is better than cure.
Cranberry juice, I think it's quite in work. It does work, right? It's quite effective, I heard.
Yeah, when you already have it, but this is to prevent. I mean, by right, we should not come down with UTI easily if we're in a healthy state.
Yeah, I've got a friend who has it a few times a year. Then I asked her, she said because she controls, she works in the office.